Hello and welcome to the Heavy Metal Marksman podcast here. Just a little short for you. My name is Dave. I'm your host. Um, just something I wanted to share with you. Something I wanted to share for quite some time now since it came out. One of my favorite bands as of late, Crypta. And this is Shades of Sorrow, their sophomore effort. What am I saying? Effort. It's their sophomore domination because with their first album, Echoes of the Soul, one that I thought, how could this get any better? Well, they made it better with their second album. They didn't make their first album better. They just did everything they did in the first album and they just took it to a whole nother level. Fantastic album. I love it. It's just under an hour, 13 songs, Shades of Sorrow. There's the band right there. Fernanda, Jessica, Luana, and Taina. Of course, Jessica's no longer with the band. She took the spot of Sonia Nubis, and who is obviously no longer with the band either. Just doing other stuff in life, which is great, but just a fantastic, fantastic album. This special edition is pretty dang awesome. So, of course, it came in this little wooden box. I also got the vinyl downstairs. I don't remember if it came with this because this came out in 2023. Um, Again, everything that Echoes of the Soul did, it's just harder, it's faster, it's stronger, just so brutal. I haven't even opened this. I think this is a little flag. And looks like it's more than likely the album art there. I will have to look into that and I'll probably post a little picture or something. But so it came with that little flag, the CD, this patch, pretty awesome. The little tin here with some guitar picks in there. Nice and smooth. Might be a little difficult to see there. That's just their logo. There's that guy there. And this little dagger. Pretty neat. And then, of course, this awesome little pendant. A little key ring, I guess, if I want to use that instead of this cord. But pretty cool. But no, aside from the merch here and aside from the physical things that we got in this little package, Crypta is a band that if you're a metalhead, if you love rock and roll, you cannot deny them as being just phenomenal and just I want to say, one of the heaviest hitters in modern rock and roll, modern metal. I think metal, number one, to survive in the industry, you got to be doing something that, is like what nobody else is doing. And if you are doing something that everybody else is doing, well, I'm sure you're doing it just as well, if not better. We live in an age where just about everything's already been done. So if you're going to do the same thing, you better do a damn good job. And that's something these young ladies are doing exquisitely. And not only that, but to think about where they're coming from. They're coming from the band, each individual member. I can't tell you where each one of them is from, but the band itself, coming from Sao Paulo, Brazil, is not easy to really get ahead. Number one, as a musician, as in general, Brazil is not an easy place to live. It's not an easy place to survive, but people do it with less than what people like me and people like me from the U.S. Have, on a day-to-day basis. We have the means to get by in general, of course. And I'm sure a lot of people might say like, oh, well, you don't know what I live with. You don't know. You're just you. That's fine. I'm not here to debate anything. What I'm saying is I have been to Brazil several times. I've been, it's one of the countries I've been to outside the U.S. that it's damn near impossible to do what these young ladies have done, to say the very least. And not only that, but Brazil isn't the only place either that, another thing that's subjective or debatable, but these young, it's not the only place where women have a hard time in life getting by. There's a lot of industries where women are kept down, a lot of places, a lot of ways in life that, it's just not as easy to do what you want to do as a woman. And when it comes to metal, I think as of right now, there's a lot more voices than we've ever heard in the industry coming from females, which is fantastic because there's so many talented women out there that are getting their voice out, getting their skills out, just like these ladies do. And to come from Brazil, all female, killing it, in one of the best metal acts I've listened to in in the entirety of me listening to metal, which it goes back to about 2004, 2005 is when I got into it. Slayer. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have the same story. Slayer, Angel of Death is what I heard, the first real metal song I heard that something clicked and I go, this is it. This is the rest of my life right here is metal. That said, I love all kinds of music. It's my CD rack back there, 400 something albums that I got all kinds of different music on. But yeah, it's primarily rock, roll, and metal. But no, Crypta, all the way from Echoes of the Soul, which I got on pre-order. I actually ordered Echoes of the Soul when I was in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, visiting my, at the time, fiance, and couldn't wait for it to arrive. Got the record, got the CD, got a couple patches with it. I think they sent me an extra one by mistake, but that's cool. I gave it to my buddy. And then, of course, Shades of Sorrow. The vinyl is downstairs on my record player. And cool. I don't remember the color, but it's kind of I want to say kind of a sunburst, red and orange with some other little dark colors thrown in there. And then of course a slip mat that has the not the symbol, but the album art, which is really awesome too. But yeah, this Shades of Sorrow, fantastic album. Like I said, 13 songs on there, coming in about 51 minutes or so, I think. And I want to say my favorite songs on there. I'm not going to play them because I don't want to get my video taken down or nothing. I don't own any of the rights and all that jazz, but I love Trial of Traitors, killer freaking solos in there. And what was it? Lift the Blindfold. I like every single one of their songs, just like Echoes of the Soul. I can't get enough. I've had the pleasure seeing Crypta twice. Could have seen him once or more, once, maybe two more times, but just life is life, and you can't always get to these badass concerts. But we did have the pleasure of seeing them the first time in Ohio with Morbid Angel, a couple of the bands, and then we did see them with Hatebreed, and I think Night Demon. And Overkill, if I'm not wrong. That might have been King Diamond. but no, anyway, yeah, we saw them with Hatebreed last year as well, and that was they just, once again, as far as I'm concerned, they steal the show every time they play. I love it. Check them out if you haven't seen them already. Crypta, this album specifically, again, Shades of Sorrow. You won't be disappointed. Throw up the horns, have a good time, and yeah, we'll see you next time.